In the darkest years of World War II, America does something almost impossible. It builds 3 entire cities from nothing, erases them from every map, and swears over 100,000 people to absolute silence. These cities have schools, hospitals, bowling alleys, and grocery stores. They have families, children, and neighborhoods. And not a single resident is allowed to tell the outside world where they live or what they do. This is the story of the Manhattan Project's secret cities, Oak Ridge, Hanford, and Los Alamos, and the desperate race to build the most destructive weapon humanity has ever known. It is 1942. Nazi Germany is racing to split the atom. Japan controls half the Pacific. American scientists warn President Franklin Roosevelt that Adolf Hitler may be months away from possessing an atomic bomb. The fear is not theoretical, it is existential. Roosevelt makes a decision that will reshape history forever. He authorizes a classified program so vast, so expensive, and so secretive that even most of Congress has no idea it exists. The price tag, $2 billion. The mission, build an atomic bomb before the enemy does. The Army Corps of Engineers selects 3 remote locations across America and begins constructing cities overnight. In the dense forests of eastern Tennessee, a muddy backwater called Oak Ridge rises from the earth. 50,000 workers pour in. They build uranium enrichment plants so massive they consume more electricity than some entire American states. The workers operate machines they do not understand, producing a material they cannot name, for a purpose nobody tells them. 4,000 miles to the northwest, on a desolate stretch of Washington state desert along the Columbia River, the Hanford site materializes from sagebrush and silence. Here, the reactors hum day and night, transmuting uranium into plutonium, an element barely discovered, barely understood, and almost incomprehensibly dangerous. Workers live in barrack cities, monitored constantly, forbidden from asking questions. The Columbia River becomes the lifeblood of the entire operation, cooling reactors that could melt through the earth if left unattended for even a single hour. High on a remote plateau in New Mexico, perched 7,000 feet above sea level, a third secret city emerges on the site of an old boys' school. Los Alamos. This is where the minds of a generation converge: Robert Oppenheimer, Niels Bohr, Enrico Fermi, and dozens of the world's greatest physicists. They arrive under assumed names. Their mail is censored. Their phones are tapped. Their children's birth certificates list only a post office box number as a place of birth. They are building the bomb itself, translating the raw materials from Oak Ridge and Hanford into a weapon of almost unimaginable power. The secrecy is airtight but not perfect. Soviet spies, among them Klaus Fuchs and David Greenglass, embed themselves inside the project, bleeding classified secrets to Moscow. But the Americans do not know this yet. They press forward with furious urgency, driven by the terrifying possibility that they are in a race they might lose. On July 16, 1945, the New Mexico desert turns briefly brighter than the sun. The Trinity test detonates the world's first atomic bomb. The shockwave rolls across the desert for miles. Robert Oppenheimer watches the fireball climb into the sky and a line from Hindu scripture floods his mind: "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The scientists cheer. Some weep. All of them understand that the world has just changed forever. 3 weeks later, on August 6, a B-29 superfortress called the Enola Gay drops a single bomb on the city of Hiroshima, Japan. 3 days after that, a second bomb falls on Nagasaki. Within days, Japan surrenders. World War II is over. The secret cities slowly open their gates. The workers finally learn what they built. Some feel pride. Some feel horror. Most feel both. Oak Ridge, Hanford, and Los Alamos fade from total secrecy into something stranger, living monuments to human ingenuity at its most brilliant and most terrifying. The cities that did not exist helped end the deadliest war in human history. And the weapon born in their shadows would define every moment of the century that followed.